JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Police seeking man accused of using TikTok to lure victims. The Harborview police are urgently seeking the public's assistance in locating a man wanted in relation to several cases of rape and larceny by trick. He is Daniel Chen, also known as Mini-Me or Survival Money, and is believed to frequent several areas, including Waterford in Portmore, St. Catherine, a shopping centre in Harborview, Kingston, and the sections of Waterhouse, Dunkirk, and Papine in St. Andrew. The police report that Chen meets his victims through social media, specifically TikTok, engaging them in online conversations. He then requests their banking information under the pretense of sending them funds. However, it is alleged that upon meeting the individuals in person, he commits his crimes. The police urge anyone with information on the whereabouts of Daniel Chen to contact the Harborview Police at 876-928-6001, Crime Support 311, or the nearest police station. Westmoreland Police give 12 helmets to motorcyclists in the parish. The Westmoreland Police recently distributed 12 protective helmets to motorcyclists from the Bluefields and the Belmont areas. The initiative, aimed at promoting road safety, was led by Sergeant Roy Thompson, Sub-Officer in charge of traffic, and Sergeant Alcian Clayton, Sub-Officer in charge of community safety and security. They were supported by Constable Gary Williams of the Salvermere Traffic Department and 2 members of the Bluefields Police Station.
Good afternoon, everyone. As the Sub-Officer in charge of traffic for the Park of Westmoreland, I am out here with you today to help you to ensure that you are complying with the use of protective helmets. And I expect you to go out there, encourage your colleagues to comply with the Road Traffic Act. Because you work with us, we work with you, we have a safer Westmoreland. To the extent of safer Jamaica. Wish you all the best.
On behalf of the bike guys from Belmont and Bluefields, we thank the Westmoreland Traffic Department for all these helmets for our safety. Thank you very much for issuing them out, Mr. Thompson and all the department. Thank you very much.
Man dies in Clarendon crash. A man succumbed to injuries he sustained in a 2-vehicle crash in Maypen, Clarendon on Wednesday night. Police named him as 34-year-old Fabian Morris, a labourer and a resident of Butner district in Clarendon. A police report said at about 9:30 p.m., the crash occurred at the intersection of Central Avenue and Dr. Bell Drive and involved a black 2016 Atenza Mazda motor car and a green 1998 Mitsubishi Lancer motor car. Police said the Mazda motor car was driving along Central Avenue in a westerly direction towards the intersection, and the Mitsubishi motor car was driving along Dr. Bell Drive in a southerly direction towards the intersection. Upon reaching the intersection, the Mitsubishi motor car entered and was hit by the Mazda motor car as it was passing Dr. Bell Drive. The police said the resulting impact pushed the Mitsubishi motor car in a westerly direction, where it made a secondary impact with stones in a concrete wall. The front section of the Mazda motor car was damaged, and the driver received injuries to his right hand and complained of pain in his head, chest and back. The left section of the Mitsubishi motor car was extensively damaged, with the driver complaining of feeling pain in the head, chest and back. The police added. Morris, the passenger, received injuries to the left side of his body. All 3 were taken to the Maypen Hospital, where Morris died whilst undergoing treatment at 12:01 a.m. Linstead man further remanded on murder charge. Linstead resident Samuel Moore, who is accused of using a machete to chop his mother's partner to death, was again remanded when he appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. When the matter was mentioned before Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Lane, Moore was ordered remanded until March 25. The allegations were that at about 7:15 p.m. on September 15, 2024, 54-year-old labourer Vinton Anderson, who had an intimate relationship with Moore's mother, was attacked by the accused with a machete. He allegedly used the machete to inflict wounds to Anderson's head, and Anderson fell. While he was on the ground, the accused reportedly chopped him repeatedly on the upper body and escaped from the scene. Anderson was taken to the Linstead Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A probe was launched by the Linstead Criminal Investigations Branch, which resulted in Moore being arrested and charged with Anderson's murder. He has made several court appearances since. Man deported to Jamaica for alleged crimes, acquitted of gun charges. A St. Ann man who was deported to Jamaica from the United States to face criminal charges has been acquitted of an alleged gun attack on a businessman. Keanu 5, 24, was found not guilty of wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony at the end of his trial in the circuit court in St. Ann on Wednesday. Trials involving gun-related crimes are closed to the public. The charges relate to an incident in January 2023 in which the businessman reported that he was shot by an armed thug while standing near his home in the resort town of Ocho Rios. The businessman alleged in his statement to cops that Fife was his attacker. Fife was arrested by American law enforcement authorities in Florida and deported to Jamaica on February 12, 2023. It was taken into custody by the Jamaican police on arrival at the Sangster International Airport in St. James. Fife remains in custody awaiting trial for murder. He was represented by attorney at law Donovan Collins. Firearms Act to be amended to allow for plea negotiations. Upgrades to the Firearms Act are among the top legislative priorities of the government in the upcoming fiscal year, which begins on April 1. The Firearms Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act took effect in November 2022, providing harsher punishments for gun-related crimes. Custos of Kingston Stedman Fuller, in delivering the annual throne speech in Parliament on Thursday on behalf of the Governor-General, said the upgrades will include a framework for plea negotiations with accused persons. Fuller said this is as a result of the effectiveness of the mandatory minimum sentence stipulated for some convictions. He said this has increased the level of interest among accused persons regarding entering a guilty plea. Other legislation that will also be upgraded included the Proceeds of Crime Act (POCA) and the Fingerprints Act, said Fuller. The Corrections Act will undergo comprehensive reform, said Fuller, who delivered the throne speech on behalf of Governor-General Sir Patrick Allen. Allen is recovering from a surgery late last year. Protesters say no to Portmore Parish. People's National Party PMP councillors and residents of Portmore, St. Catherine, used the excitement of the ceremonial opening of Parliament to continue their protest of the government's move to establish Portmore as the island's 15th parish. The government, using its majority, earlier this week pushed through the bill in the House of Representatives, which amends the Counties and Parish Act of 1867. If enacted, Portmore will be the first parish to be created in more than 150 years. That, however, has not been going down well with the councillors, who earlier this morning stood with other protesters near Gordon House waving placards and crying injustice at the government's plans. For them, the move to make Portmore 15th parish is purely for political reasons.
We want to be heard. We want our voices to be heard. We need persons to know that we are the ones who will be affected, and they must come to us to find out if this is lucrative for us. We want hospital. We want cemetery. We want the courthouse. Come on now. Where are the amenities of Portmore that you want to make it a parish? Until you come to us, it won't happen. Because we'll be walking and marching every day.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for St. Catherine East Central, Alonda Terrelong, is defending the government's decision. Speaking at the ceremonial opening of Parliament outside Gordon House on Thursday, Terrelong dismissed claims of lack of consultation in the process and described the move as a step toward development and growth for the municipality.
No negative support for becoming a parish, alright? And they cannot give you one negative. All the benefits for Portmore becoming a parish, when you talk about the tax revenues of the people of Portmore staying in Portmore to better develop the roads and infrastructure, you're talking about putting all of these developmental issues in place. So Portmore becoming a parish is truly historic. It's for the advantage of Portmore. It's about the growth and development of Portmore. And you know what I mean? And it's just for the opposition to see that. In the same in the 1960s when Edward Seaga had the vision of building Portmore, it was the same opposition that laughed at him and said, no, it can't work, and they opposed it. Same way today, the government, led by Andrew Holness, has the vision of making Portmore a parish after having extensive consultation with the people. And again, the opposition, they're opposing and opposing. They don't like development.
What about saying that there's no tax office or court in Portmore?
No, there is a tax office in Portmore, and there is a court in Portmore. There's a court in Greater Portmore. That court will be extended. There is a tax office right there by Brighton Parkway that will also be extended. So again, propaganda. Bless the love to you all.
St. James Police launch Operation Restore. The St. James Police have launched a major initiative called Operation Restore, aimed at targeting all forms of criminal activities and restoring public order.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Samuel, Superintendent of Police, Commanding Officer for the St. James Division. With me is ASP Roger Reed, Acting Operations Officer and Zone 2 Commander for St. James, and also ASP Price from Charlie Company Specialized Operations. Today we launched a major initiative, Operation Restore, which is aimed at targeting criminality within the parish of St. James and also looking at restoring public order and traffic enforcement within the parish. Since the start of the year, we have had 6 murders, which is compared to 17 last year, which is 11 less, and that brings us to a 64% reduction in murders for the parish of St. James since 2025. We are keen on ensuring that we maintain this reduction by ensuring that we target the criminals within the parish. We want to ensure that we maintain law and order, fostering good relationships with the public by ensuring that we are active within this space. We are conducting targeted operations, traffic enforcement activities, public order activities. We will be working within all the hotspots in St. James, namely the town centre. We'll be looking at Rose Heights where we have some issues, Lilliput Space, and definitely we will be looking at all the other hotspots within the division that we have concerns with. Our teams are ready and focused, and we want to ensure that we keep the citizens of St. James safe. We are asking all persons to work with us. Tell us what you know. It's our intent to ensure that we keep the crime down in St. James as we push for our sub 100 year in the parish of St. James.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.